Good morning, and thanks for being with us here on air at WFAA Plus. I'm Dia Wall.
And I'm Matt Howerton. We're going to get to the new plan in place in Fort Worth ISD under the state's new leadership.
But first, we got meteorologist Greg Fields tracking the skies and traffic anchor Erica Lopez watching out for the roads.
Yeah, and it's starting to pick up out here, which is kind of right on schedule as we hit that 6:30 half hour. So I'll show everyone what we've got going on.
Yeah, and the big story in the weather department, rain.
Yeah, that potential for some storms later today. Some light rain out there for us here this morning. A few sprinkles, maybe slowing you down some, but not a big impact, I don't think, as we head out the door early on. Getting you out to DBU, 72 degrees, south winds 11 miles per hour out there for you right now. The cloudy skies too, another breezy, warm, muggy morning for you as we look at DBU. So we've seen that light rain, a few sprinkles around. Temperatures are going to be quite warm again today with everyone in the lower 70s here for you right now. Now, as far as the rain is concerned, it is very light. And you see those showers kind of weakening some as they've streamed in up out of central Texas here this morning. A few up along the Everett River back into the Metroplex. But as we zoom in there on Dallas and Fort Worth, very light with those showers as you head on out the door. So the kids getting ready for the bus stop, maybe the umbrella heading on out the door this morning. Otherwise, we're looking at those temperatures that are going to be on the warm side. Around 70 as you head toward 8 a.m. We'll be in the mid-upper 70s around noontime. Close to 80 later today, but we are looking at that chance for some thunderstorms increasing a little bit. Still coverage should be pretty low around Dallas and Fort Worth. We'll start to see those showers and storms initially out toward north and west and then march through a little bit later this evening. So we'll break that down for you and let you know what to expect as far as any severe weather is concerned here in just a little bit. But now let's get back over to Erica, checking on those roads. You said you're starting to see a few problems out there.
Few problems out here. It's just getting busier in general. And then, of course, we still have this crash clearing out in Tarrant County. This is on I-20 on the eastbound side, approaching 287. You can see here we've got a left lane closed. Of course, crews are working to get things cleared. Couple lanes are still open and moving, so it's not a full closure of I-20 through the area, but it certainly is causing some backups. So I want to show you where this is on the map. So Forest Hill Drive toward England up approaching 287 where the wreck is where you can expect some slower speeds. Want to give you the look here at our map in full. Kind of what we're seeing elsewhere really isn't looking too bad, but we do have a crash in Dallas County and the Hutchins area. 45 and I-20 out here. It looks like it's mostly in that right-hand shoulder, so not a terrible impact, but just kind of in general, we're just beginning to see a lot more cars on the roadways kicking off their morning drive. Matt and Dia.
Okay, thank you so much, Erica. A live look over Fort Worth behind us, and this is a big story that we want to get you caught up on. We've been talking about it a long time. Fort Worth ISD, TEA, state takeover, new leaders overseeing Fort Worth ISD. They had a busy night last night.
Yeah, they signed off on a plan to improve performance at several campuses. Janelle Fort is live from one of those schools now to walk us through what's expected moving forward. Good morning, Janelle.
Good morning to you, Dia and Matt. Well, this was a really big tone-setting night for Fort Worth ISD's newly appointed, state-appointed board. This group was appointed less than a month ago after the state stepped in and took control of the district following years of failing campus ratings. Right now, 11 campuses still have F ratings, so there was already a lot of pressure on this meeting with teachers, staff, and parents all coming in worried about possible cuts.
Our request is clear. Do not approve reductions in force tonight and set the guardrails first.
We don't have time. They don't have time. We have to be focused on children. It's difficult. Change is hard, but our efforts are about children.
Now, ultimately, the board mostly held off on broader teacher and staff reductions for now, except at 6 or so campuses that are already set to close. And from there, the conversation really shifted to the district's bigger reset. That includes a new instructional model called Elevate, launching at 19 campuses. The district says it is designed to make classrooms more consistent, get struggling students help faster, and offer deeper learning opportunities through what they're calling mastery labs. Now, the board also delayed adding additional summer instructional time for this school year. So the last day of school is still on May 21st, but more staffing and contract conversations are still ahead. I'll send it back to you.
Avery Cousins.
It's not quite real.
Avery Cousins.
A controversial decision by Plano ISD is prompting one high school senior to push for tradition. The district plans to use AI to read students' names at all high school graduations next month. In a letter to parents, Plano ISD says the technology will ensure that every student's name is pronounced correctly. The system allows students to record their name and train AI on the pronunciation. High school senior Avery Cousins started a petition to keep a human announcer.
There's something distinctly valuable about having a human experience, even when it's imperfect.
Cousins says her petition gained a lot of traction with other students. Some we heard from, though, say they don't mind the use of the technology. They prefer to have their names said correctly.
Now let's get you to 3 things that you need to know this morning. It is tax day, and if you haven't filed yet, you have until midnight tonight. And if you're one of those who rush to post office, you might be in a bit for a surprise here. A new program changes how postmarks work. Mail is only postmarked after it arrives at the processing facility. So even though you might return your return in the mailbox on time, it might not be processed and postmarked until the next day. H-E-B is hosting a hiring fair for all positions at its new stores in Irving and Murphy. Both are set to open this summer. The Irving Job Fair starting at 9 a.m. at the H-E-B staffing office on Ridge Point Drive. The Murphy Job Fair is tomorrow. And Dallas Animal Services, they need your help. Over the weekend, they had nearly 700 dogs in their care and only about 400 kennels to house them. And add to that, dozens of those dogs are nursing puppies who need to be with their mothers. And recently, the shelter took in 12 Great Pyrenees confiscated for animal cruelty. The shelter is asking people to step up by fostering or adopting a dog. A normal day of fishing at Lake Arlington took a shocking turn for one man after he says he reeled in an alligator.
And wait until you see the size of it. He told our Richard Solomon he thought it was just a big catfish.
I'm sitting there reeling in, and it's taking a whole bunch of line out. So I finally got it like this, and I just put it like on the side of the boat like this, and I started cranking it real slow. So now I'm thinking, I'll never even be able to prove that this happened. So I finally got my camera, and I took the video, and that's the video I showed you.
What is happening?
He look like he chill.
But he's got hot dogs in his mouth.
Hey, buddy.
The man says he released the alligator where he caught it, but Texas Parks and Wildlife says the man brought the gator to the shore and then streamed for nearly 2 hours, feeding it, inviting friends over to watch. Officials warn that feeding alligators can make them lose their fear of people, and that's a problem. You can check out Long Story Shorts right now on demand on WFAA Plus, and remember, it's a free download right now.
The woman who has been called America's top career coach is back with us again. She just went over the importance of being on LinkedIn and navigating that platform correctly if you are looking for a job right now. And while I was talking to her, she also shared that hiring managers and recruiters that she talks to are saying that they're getting a lot of applicants who don't meet their required qualifications. Now, sometimes you can get by if you don't check every single box, but Robin Ryan says if you are missing a key qualification, it may not be the job for you.
So if it's asking for 12 years of experience and you got 4, why are you applying? They are, but you shouldn't be.
She recommends that you focus on the specific job descriptions that actually fit you, and then make sure that your resume fits those job descriptions.
So take a highlighter and go through and say, oh, they call this that. Or I see this skill, I have it, but it's not on my resume. So then you tweak it a little bit so that it meets their needs. We can't do this with 100. We do this when we find a good one, and that's the strategy. Look for the ones that are good fits and spend the time to make it an excellent application.
Hopefully it gets you the interview, and if it does, Ryan suggests that you develop an elevator pitch, a 60-second rundown about you.
I combine what I call my 5 top selling points. What is it that hiring manager and company needs to know? Because this is my opening. This is how I get their attention.
It should say who you are, what you've accomplished, how you're a team player, and why you belong with that company. Also, beware, she says many employers these days love to ask situational questions. In my article today, posted at Jason Wheeler TV on Facebook Threads and Blue Sky, I linked to Ryan's 5 strategies to deal with those questions that can really trip up a lot of interviewees. Hopefully with that and all of this info, you're right on the money and you're hired.
Your time is 6:39. Here's what's still ahead on Daybreak. Severe weather season ramping up in the Midwest.
And where rounds of storms brought large hail and reported tornadoes in your snapshot at 6:50.
And next in your consumer news, big changes in Texas health coverage, and it's National Laundry Day. So we are talking about how often people are really doing the wash.